As the new year begins, I figured, why not talk about one of the years that I remember the most? That year being 1999. There was so much hype around that year because of the classic song 1999 by Prince that was from the album of the same name that he released back in 1982, and this was the last year of the 20th century. People were wondering, what is the 2000s going to be like? And the world was preparing for transitioning into the new century. Technology was advancing with the creation of search engines, personal computers were now in everybody's homes, and everybody had internet access thanks to dial-up. My name is Sio Koroba. Welcome to my channel, My Theory on Stuff, where I talk about things that I like to talk about, like 90s nostalgia, because I know about that stuff. In this video, I talk about moments in pop culture that I remember from the year 1999, a year of transitioning not just into a new decade, but also into a new century. Let's get into it. If you were around during the year 1999, you probably remember the whole Y2K thing and people freaking out over it. Y2K consisted of the concerns about potential computer errors related to the formatting and storage of calendar data for dates in and after the year 2000. Basically, computer programs could only read the final two digits of 4-digit years, so those programs would read 2000 as 1900, which would be problematic for businesses and industries that use computers to operate.
Hey, Homer, weren't you the plant's Y2K compliance officer?
Absolutely.
Must have been hard debugging all those computers, Homer?
Doing what now?
You did fix them, right, Dad? Because even a single faulty unit could corrupt every other computer in the world.
That can't be true, honey. If it were, I'd be terrified.
8, 7, 6. We want to thank Dixie Brand Mayonnaise. Whoa, Lordy, what a mayonnaise.
3, 2.
That's Homer Simpson's computer.
Oh, God, it's spreading!
Oh, no, it's happening.
Who's gonna clean up all those jets?
I was a teenager at the time, and I just kept hearing Y2K, Y2K, but I didn't pay attention. And maybe if I was into computers, I would have had a different opinion. When January 1st, 2000 came around, nothing happened. Computer programs were fully functioning, all was good, and Y2K became an afterthought. Entertaining madness are the words I would use to describe the WWE, formerly known as the WWF, during that time. The Attitude Era was a time period at the WWE where the superstars were given creative control in response to the company's rival at the time, WCW, beating them in the ratings war. WWE programming had its highest TV ratings during the Attitude Era. I could feel the electricity from the crowd when I used to watch Raw is War. It felt like I was there with them, and I consider 1999 to be the year when the Attitude Era was at its peak. During that year, the superstars were featured in magazine publications, appearing at award shows, late-night TV shows, and making guest appearances on primetime TV shows. The superstars were becoming known in pop culture, and there was a particular superstar that took off during the Attitude Era. His rivalry with another popular superstar, created classical moments, and he would eventually cross over into Hollywood. Yep, the people's champ. There was a time when I wanted the Attitude Era to come back because WWE programming wasn't entertaining anymore. I didn't watch the WWE anymore until I came across Total Divas, a reality TV show that used to air on E! That was about the WWE divas. As the WWE universe knows, the term divas is dead, and the women in the WWE are now rightfully called wrestlers. Which is why I don't want the Attitude Era to come back. It was an entertaining moment in time, but the women were not portrayed in the best light. Let's be honest. The women's wrestling division has come a long way from swimsuit contests and wrestling and chocolate pudding. Also, the Attitude Era came to be out of necessity to help the company survive. If you watch WWE documentaries about the Attitude Era, it is mentioned that the ratings war between the WWE and WCW was affecting the livelihood of the WWE employees. The Attitude Era was about keeping the WWE afloat. It was survival of the fittest between the WWE and WCW, and I think we all know which company won the battle. On June 1st, 1999, actress and recording artist Jennifer Lopez released her debut album on the 6th. Before she released her debut album, she was known as an actress, particularly for her role as American singer Selena Quintanilla Perez in the autobiographical movie Selena, Anaconda, and Out of Sight. The first single from the album, If You Had My Love, peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and it would mark the beginning of her music career. I remember her debut album because it marked the beginning of Jennifer Lopez's career peaking. After her debut album, she would start being seen on magazine covers, starring in more movies, start her own business ventures, particularly her clothing line, J-Lo by Jennifer Lopez, her perfumes, opening her own restaurant, and starting trends like the velour jumpsuits. I was a fan of Jennifer Lopez when she released her debut album. I liked her songs. I liked the If You Had My Love music video, and I liked her style. I would become a bigger fan of her style during the J-Lo era. Jennifer Lopez was everywhere during the early to mid 2000s, and it started with the release of her debut album. She would also be part of a trend that occurred in 1999, consisting of Latin artists being heard on American mainstream radio and appearing on the American pop charts. On March 23, 1999, a Puerto Rican singer named Ricky Martin released the song Livin' La Vida Loca. It topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart for 5 consecutive weeks, introducing Ricky Martin to the US audience. Enrique Iglesias also released his debut album that produced the hit songs Bailamos and Be With You. Mark Anthony also released his first English album this year that included the hit songs I Need to Know, De La Vuelta, and You Sang to Me. And guitar legend Carlos Santana had a comeback with the album Supernatural that produced the hits Smooth, Put Your Lights On, and Maria Maria. The album has sold over 30 million copies worldwide. This would become known as the Latin Explosion, where Latin artists were simultaneously producing hits on the American pop charts, and more Latin artists started crossing over to the American audience. I remember the Latin Explosion. Ricky Martin was the front runner in my opinion because of the song Livin' La Vida Loca. I particularly liked Carlos Santana's songs. I was listening to TLC, Brandy, Christina Aguilera, and Britney Spears, so the songs that I heard from Latin artists during that time was on the radio or MTV. I think that Latin artists of today, like Bad Bunny, are able to go mainstream, and Latin pop hits like Despacito are common today because of the Latin explosion that happened in 1999. My generation remembers the Latin explosion. This generation will remember the Afro beats explosion, where African recording artists are breaking into the international music scene and their songs are charting in the States. I hope you enjoyed my recollection of the year 1999, be sure to check out this video where I talk about the shows that I used to watch on a TV network named True TV. You probably used to watch those shows as well, and other videos from my channel. Thank you for watching, and have a great year.